Hello, everybody. How are you guys doing? I want to talk about that Spotify list. So it's been a lot of hoopla on the internet because allegedly people were saying that Nicki Minaj did not make the list. Now, when I first I heard about the list, first of all, I've been seeing the list, but I didn't really pay it much mind until I saw that Summer Walker had responded or had a comment saying, she loves Lil Kim and she loves music and all of this crap about how she didn't understand why Nicki Minaj did not make the list, right? Now, it was like my ears perked up when it came down to Summer Walker saying something because it has been public knowledge, at least I know, and a lot of other people know, that Summer Walker does not particularly care for Nicki Minaj because back in the day, Summer Walker and Nicki was supposed to get on a song together. Nicki had a song, and she, posted that she wanted a singer to get on it. Tamar was amongst the singers, and Summer Walker was amongst the singers that she had, tagged or said that, hey, she wanted them to sing the melody of one of her songs. And I guess the business was not handled properly, and Nicki wasn't very kind. So moving forward, Summer Walker ended up working with Cardi B. And while working with Cardi B, she said how it was just so easy and that Cardi was not being a diva, seemingly throwing shots at Nicki Minaj. And then over time, it has been very, very clear that Summer Walker throws a little shade here and there at Nicki Minaj. It was reflected when Barbie World and all of that happened, to where she gave Spice, like Ice Spice love, in a way to shun Nicki Minaj. The fact that she didn't even acknowledge Nicki was a big thing in the media. Like, hey, Nicki's the bigger artist, so why wouldn't you acknowledge Nicki? So she hasn't particularly cared too much for Nicki Minaj. So I knew it was some shade here, and I knew it was something that would not make Nicki look the best. Because if Ice Spice was commenting, I don't think that Ice Spice was commenting, out of just, oh, I wonder why, or I just, playing coy, trying to figure out or really trying to get to the bottom of it. I felt like it was some shade, okay? But I didn't understand, why Nicki wasn't included. But I just was like, I'm going to wait and see, how it plays out. Now, it turns out the person who did the portraits for the list had said that, hey, they wanted Nicki or was going to do a portrait of Nicki. Nicki made it very clear that she did not want to be included. And this goes back and pushes the narrative that Nicki, has this high, mighty energy, or she's above the girls. She does not want to mix and mingle with the other girls. However, wants to be included when they say, hey, Nicki's the best, or, wants her accolades. However, she doesn't want to play fair or play nice with the other girls. It plays into that narrative. And I think that, early on that should have came out, because they should have gave that disclaimer, because it kind of makes people say like, hey, I wonder why. It creates, hostility and drama around this. And it's just unfortunate, and it doesn't make any sense, because it almost pushes that either one, they did not want to include Nicki, only to come to find out that Nicki did not want to be included, and just making it a whole mess, in my opinion. And I also would almost say that, hey, the other girls felt, slighted, because, hey, they deserve their accolades, and them being acknowledged, was an important thing. The fact that they, wanted to look into getting a Nicki Minaj, or was interested in having Nicki, included in the portrait, it adds validity, in my opinion, validity. I'm sorry, I'm messing up that word. That, hey, this list is actually a real list, and it matters, as far as the girls being at the top. Now, if Nicki does not want to be included, doesn't that make Cardi the top? It does, in my opinion. It makes Cardi the top girl. Now, I think that when it comes down to Nicki and Cardi and who's the best and all of that, I think that when it comes down to it, Nicki is the best, as far as of her time. I feel like this is of a different time, a different era, and Cardi B is the queen of the other girls. All the new female rappers coming in, they can say, hey, they were inspired by Nicki, all of that hoopla, but Cardi is the queen, because they would not be able to come into the doors had it not been for Cardi B, in my opinion. And I think that when Nicki was reigning and it was Nicki Supreme, none of the other girls that were trying to come out at that time were able to be a success, garner success, was able to flourish, and be big time, artists it wasn't until Cardi B came, and if we're being honest, Remy Ma came back and gave win for Cardi B to be able to win and be able to flourish without a Nicki Minaj cosign, to be able to stand on her own, you know? So I think that all the girls that came after Cardi is a testament to how much of a welcoming individual Cardi B is. But Nicki did not want to be included, so they did not include her. And I think that her allowing people to battle with them and, you know, fight with Spotify was just unnecessary. She should have let her fans know ahead of time, or Spotify should have came out with a disclaimer and said, hey, you know, Nicki's not included because she didn't want to be included, because it just added mess onto mess to where it didn't need to be included. And I knew something wasn't right when Summer Walker was responding, because child, Summer Walker don't like Nicki Minaj. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe Summer Walker like Nicki Minaj, but you know, if Nicki doesn't want to be included in these conversations, people cannot be upset when they are picking Cardi as the girl. You know, if Nicki would handle it in a certain manner, I think that Cardi and Nicki could exist and both be queens. You know, I think that her attitude makes it very, very hard for the girls to really give her things and really, you know, give her that love, you know, as her being the OG, in my opinion. But I don't think it takes anything away. The portrait is still very much so accurate. Cardi is at the top of her game. Cardi is the girl right now. Cardi is the season. And anybody that feels otherwise, they need to go argue with a mammy and not argue with me, because that's just what it is. If Nicki is not the top, Cardi is that girl. Point blank, period. You know? And I think that Nicki kind of salted, puts, you know, she throws sand at her own crown by being argumentative and being difficult, you know. And Summer Walker had that experience. You know, Summer Walker felt as though Nicki was being very difficult when it came to both of them working together. So her bringing up the fact that Nicki was not included was not because she had a problem with it. No, nothing. It was to show that, hey, Nicki is difficult everywhere. It's not just me saying it. Nicki, anywhere she goes, she has that difficulty, you know, badge up under her, because that's just the type of person that she is. I think that that's what Summer Walker was trying to show, and she effortlessly knew something that, you know, the public did not know, in my opinion, because, you know, for her to come so hard batting for Nicki when you've never batted for her in the past is telling, in my opinion. But I don't know, guys. Y'all let me know what y'all think. I love you guys to pieces, and bye.
Probably something on Sugar Honey Iced Tea that y'all haven't heard yet. August 9th, period. Probably Fine Hoe Stay by Flo Milli and Glow. Underrated artist of the summer. Am I an underrated artist? I feel like I'm an underrated artist, so I think that's all my favorite underrated artists. I'm excited for what y'all gonna hear, because I think I'm an underrated artist. Probably Hot Girl Summer tour with Megan, or Birthday Bash for me. First female from Atlanta to headline Birthday Bash, and I brought out Usher, some of everybody in their home.
You see the arts. This is everything I love.